Okay, welcome back to Dark Souls. I'm headed down to fight the Hydra by using Andre of Astora's bonfire because it has a nice 10 Estus kindled fire, and that's how much I want. This boss is not super hard, but I believe I've said that before and then got destroyed by a boss. Then after this, I should have enough souls to finally buy the Crest of Artorias so I can show off the deeper part of Darkroot Garden, or Darkroot Forest, whichever one. Which is a pretty interesting area for lore reasons. And sort of for story reasons. Actually, I take that back, very much for story reasons. I mentioned a couple times before that this game starts to kind of get across that maybe it has a very bittersweet sort of theme to it. Everything you do is kind of like, you're killing. You're killing people that may not necessarily be evil. You may be killing people just doing their job, being a good person, but you have to progress with the story and to fulfill the undead prophecy as the chosen undead. This is actually a relatively good place to stand to make the Hydra kill all these guys. Because they all get caught up on this. Frame rate death attack. Okay, we're getting there, buddy. Oh, I think I got just poise broke or something there. Oh. It's getting so hard to get to them. Oh, don't kill me. Damn it. Yeah, now you kill the golems. Thanks a lot, Hydra. The Hydra's magic is much more dangerous. Once you get up close to them, they're not a big deal. Oh, I never actually sat down at Andre's bonfire. So, maybe I'll just fast forward back to maybe I'll just fast forward back to Darkroot Base and show another attempt on that one. Yeah. Get wrecked, Hydra. As you can see, not super difficult. There's the knight set. That's where the knight died. Not super difficult, but... And the actual fight gets easier over time instead of harder. As you cut off heads, there's less attacks that can come in, but also less attacks you can go out. You can actually end that fight with one of its heads still attached. Maybe I should swap over to the... I can actually see where the edge is, so I'm being very cautious to stay close to the wall here. There is an edge where you just fall to your death. Let me go ahead and swap over to the... I have to get rid of my chloranthy ring, that sucks. Rusted iron, here we go. Should have had this equipped from the start, and I tried to menu and start swapping things around during the fight, but it just didn't work for me. There's an edge where you just fall in, and you fall to your death. Can kind of see it if you look down, but I'm still extremely cautious about it. I believe I have to zone out before I see the enemy I'm looking for. Once again, that's another early game boss. He shouldn't quite be that easy. He's only worth about 10,000 souls. No, the enemy is not here yet. I have to defeat another enemy over here after the Hydra is gone in order to get to the DLC. I may not do the DLC until like the very last thing before I finish the game because the DLC is very hard. And I don't want to be stuck in it for hours and hours. Well, maybe not the last thing, but before I complete this area. Because if you complete the DLC, they actually added an extra scene because it changes the boss of this area, which is pretty cool. I've never seen a game do that before or since. They add a DLC and be like, oh yeah, that changes the main game too. Climbing. This area is pretty huge. Takes us back to Darkroot Garden on this side, clipping my camera through the walls once again. I could have come this way. This is basically the back way into the area that I would be able to get to by opening it with the Crest of Artorias. Slightly tougher Groot guys. As you can see, that took 3 hits instead of 2. Is there not a secondary route? I do hear Groots walking around, but oh god, these trees. I don't know why I thought I would try to lure him to get closer. Of course he's not going to come closer. Yeah, you can also go across this bridge. it this way. Ultimately, I want to get 20,000 souls on the Crest of Artorias because it unlocks a better way to get to this part of Darkroot Garden. See that over there? Yeah, buddy. Not a blockable attack. Oh, thought it was an attack coming in. It was his Blaze Break. They make the pig cop noises from Duke Nukem 3D. Ouch. I'm done. Oh, I'm not quite done. Now I'm done. These enemies are pretty tough. It's my 15,000 though. I gotta go back. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. But that's okay. Now that I've died, I've zoned out, which means I can go show the enemy I wanted to show off to begin with. That unlocks the DLC. So cut back when I'm back at the Darkroot Basin waterfall. There it is. Okay, there is a special crystal golem that is golden out here. Golden crystal golem. You need to fight this. And while I do like the DLC integration of putting a new enemy in the world, the method makes it so unclear that I imagine a lot of people that have bought the DLC had to actually look up the method to get into it. And the gold crystal golem does not drop items, it drops a lady out of it.
So, it is thou who rescued me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Ulyssil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My home, Ulyssil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee?
Of course, say yes.
My heartfelt thanks. I am pleased beyond words. Then I shout, engrave my signature. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
Vanish. So, the time in Lordran is convoluted. Great heroes from old can be seen walking amongst. And you can summon them just like they were, existed today. So the soapstones go beyond time. And Lordran, its time is even weird on its own. So an ancient sorceress you just rescued will now bring you lost sorceries from long ago. Next time I come by this way, there will be a... It's pretty close to where the knight's set was. That's where the knight died. There will be a soapstone sign. I believe it's neither white nor orange. It's like, maybe it's like, actually maybe it is like an orange soapstone message. But you summon her and she works as a shop. And that's your DLC shop. That lets you buy a lot of the DLC items if you don't want to do the DLC itself. Which is pretty cool. I hate this little corner because it always feels like I'm going to fall off. They are sorceries, and I don't use sorceries really. I don't use sorceries. So I probably won't use her very much, but I do kind of want to show off the stuff that she has, because it's kind of neat. Oh, kitties. Oh, kitties. I just want my souls. Yeah, I don't think they chase you past this little copse of trees. So they're like looking for me and can't get to me. Okay. So I'm actually still short of getting the amount of souls needed for opening the Crest of Artorias door. That's not the greatest, so I guess I should probably kill a little bit more to get those 4,000 souls while I'm here. There are a few items up here I would like to get as well. Or maybe not like to get, I just can get them. How did I get to be 3 of you all of a sudden? No! I was healing, you jerk ass! Oh, there's 4. Leave. Go away. Go home, I don't like you. I have no idea how I managed to pull 4 brutes at once. Oh, more. Great. My favorite enemies. At long range, they like to jump back out of your zone. Ouch. Did so much damage to me. At least they stun real well. Their poise break. I'm gonna drop these clumps, moss clumps. I would like some more blooming purple, please, guys. That'd be really great. There we go. Nice. So getting close. That was another 1,000 souls, I believe. Eastern set. This is vaguely samurai looking if you want to be like a samurai. I think it's like old time, well, obviously old time, but like even older than the usual, like Kabuto style helmet. They're like, they look like kendo practice helmets, which are those slatted ones. I think it looks pretty cool. It's not great. It's not very good armor, but it's pretty light, and it looks neat. So if you want to be armored but light, don't mind about the defense being not that great, that's a good set for you. Saw another light over here. I don't know if it was a flower or not. Are we now into the friends? We're into the friends. Great. So, this area is protected by, well, this forest as a whole. Ouch. Oh. Swing your sword, Hunter Man. Get stuck. That's cool too, actually. You know what? If you don't want to back up and use arrows, that's fine. I'll fight the knight. Ah, he is. So this guy's basically me. He uses the Elite Knight set and the Claymore. Fortunately, he uses the Night Shield, which is quite garbage. Oh, ow. Ah. He also has a ton of health and defense. But he does fat roll, so if he rolls, it's a good time to beat on him. There you go, Knight down. Now, these guys are worth wonderful amounts of souls. That one guy was 3,000. Like, they're not easy to kill or anything, so that doesn't make sense. Oh, you're not allowed to have a faster weapon than me. That's bad. Okay. Killed the hunter. And she drops the black bow of Ferris and Ferris's hat. That hat she was wearing, that little, like, bicorn hat, looks kind of goofy. That's where you get that. And, it sort of makes the hunter set look complete, I think. I don't think it's, like, statistically very interesting, but you should be playing for fashion souls, not for stat souls, I would say. Is this the flower again? It looks too big to be an item. Nope, that's an item. Got to pick up my moss. So now I have 25,000 souls. Let's see if I can get out of here by walking or if I need to homeward bone. You can see the cliff that you descend into Darkroot Basin right there. For some reason that counted as a miss, because I stumbled. Even though I definitely did damage to him. Okay, getting there, getting there. Yep, here they come. This is the entrance where that crest door is at, so I guess I can't get out until I homeward bone. Or walk back, and I don't really want to walk back. I didn't mention yet what those guys do. They are the Covenant called, I believe, Forest Guardians. This is a very big PvP area, this little platform. And the other half as well. The Guardians of the Forest wear a ring, and they can automatically invade people that enter this area. Which is much easier than probably using an item, like using a the red eye orb of the Dark Wraiths or whatever. So it's very popular to do. Lots of PvP can be had there. Or it was very popular, I don't know if it still is. They're defending the area against people that are going into the forest to take something from it. I don't feel like I can say what that thing is just yet. You can actually buy multiple Crest Savatorius, which is interesting. This should be good. Need large shards. I don't have any large shards. I get some more souls. I might go back to Sen's Fortress and buy some repair while we're here, just in the menu. And that should be good.
Yeah, but forging armor is even easier than forging weapons. Whether you forge weapons or armor first, well, that's up to you. But nobody wants to see you go hollow. So whatever you do, you'd better do it well. Don't get yourself...
Nobody wants to see you go hollow. Okay. I don't consider it useful to upgrade your armor in this game. In Dark Souls 2, there's a bunch of good sets, but you change armor pretty regularly. There's always new sets being able to be picked up and found. So I often just don't, because I know I'm going to be upgrading a bunch of times. And this one, like, it might be useful. I don't really recall what upgrading armor actually does. I usually just don't. There's no point in upgrading your shield because it just adds to the damage of it. And you shouldn't be shield bashing in this game. If you want to do a shield build that uses a shield as a weapon, then maybe that could be useful, but I would mostly suggest against that. Come over here so I can stab you. Okay, let's do one of these. Oh, I missed. Not quite used to the range on the overhead chop. Anyway, that attack is pretty cool. Looking, anyway. It's really, like, poise destroying, too. Because it's a two-handed R2 with an axe, it's very high poise damage. A two-handed weapon usually increases the amount of poise damage it does. So here we go. Crest of Artorias. Let's have a sit down right here. This is Kill Bonfire, I do believe. So this is, I'm pretty sure, just an exploit. But you remember these forest guardians? What you do is they're worth a lot of souls each time, right? The only issue is they're relatively strong to actually fight. So you mess with their pathing by going to this corner. So they climb up to the side here to try to get you. And then they jump down and jump to their death. Like so. I believe that's the Sorcerer and the Knight dealt with. And it's the same 5 NPC, partially invisible. Well, they're not partially invisible. There's one that's partially invisible. The Ferris over there, Ferris that I fought, is the one that's partially invisible. She's wearing the mist ring. Yep, let's attract you. It's the cleric. The cleric heals the team. The bandit. And the other one was a pyromancer, I believe. It's kind of interesting fighting more human opponents. It's just kind of a shame that this pathing exploit is left in. That was a rogue. And you can see just how many souls you get from doing this, and it's totally safe. Like, I'm taking absolutely no risk. I'm taking maybe 1 or 2 points of damage from them Goomba stomping me as they jump off. Oh, there's the bandit. Hey, buddy. Wanna do this too? Bandit's only worth 1,000, though, unfortunately. Anyway, enough with the exploits. I may come through here one more time to get some more souls. It's going to be like my major soul farming area for a little while, just because that is so easy to get 10,000 souls, however many it is. Also, let's find where Ferris was standing before I actually go in this little ruin. Oh, I don't need to, actually. I was thinking if you kill Ferris by that method where she jumps off, then her equipment is where she was standing, but I didn't do that. I actually fought her legit this time. Remember those cat monsters? Well, this one doesn't seem to be aggressive.
Is it not so that thou art new? Thou fared well to find me, but cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorius? My advice true. Forget this. The legend of Artorius art none but a fabrication. Traversing the dark. 'Tis but a fairy tale. Have thine own respect. Go not yonder knocking for nothing, I say.
No, I'm not looking for it.
The result most heathenish.
Oh, okay. I said no, I won't give up.
There is nothing more to say about this tedious reckoning. Begone from here, pernicious caitiff.
So, I forget this character's name, unfortunately. I think she would have told me if I had agreed and been nice to her. She's one of those cat people, and I mentioned the Forest Guardians. Well, she's the leader of the Forest Guardians Covenant. She says, oh, there's no such thing as the Ring of Abyss Walking Covenant of Artorius, so you shouldn't go look for it. You should just leave this forest. Then why exactly are you guarding it? You know? But it's also cool that she is one of those cat creatures and she speaks, but underneath the human speech is cat meowling. She's like meow, 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 just constantly underneath. I think that's a really, really cool way to have an animal speak. There's a cat that talks in Dark Souls 2 that just speaks like a human, you know, doesn't have that. And it is like not a cat creature, it's just like a literal cat that can speak. Not to diss that character because I love her, but it's a bit of a disappointment places that Dark Souls 2 went. And there's no way this is a fake one. Yeah, okay. That would be the equipment of the Stone Knights. I will never touch that. That's one of the heaviest armors in the game other than Havel's set. And I'm playing a light. Roll, roll, roll. Actually, I'm back to mid-rolling. I guess I must have equipped too much stuff. Not sure what. Oh, maybe the butcher knife is a bit heavier than my claymore. That would make sense. Anyway, that's the boss fight right down there. That is where I will complete this zone. I don't want to do it yet. I want to complete the DLC first so we get the changed cutscenes of that area. Did I look over here before? Mushroom Men. Hey, you remember these, of course. These ones don't fight you, though. You attack them, they run away. It's important to remember that these are here for later. Here's the Mushroom Man Fathers. These guys are great to Chaos Fireball because they just walk through it, they don't even care. Swing on me again. Ouch. Guess there's less places I can get launched and go flying. Clump. Oh, backstabbed a mushroom child. Just a simple chop and step back or roll back is plenty, but he does have a 2-punch combo. There it is. I knew it was coming. I keep hearing stuff, but I don't know where it is. The mushroom children are kind of adorable. I kind of feel bad for beating them up. And then they make loo noises. This is going to be gold pine resin, I do believe. Oh, enchanted ember, cool. This is where you would improve your enchantment of magical weapons. So yeah, even more Western birds being used by a Japanese game development company. Never got this, huh? Oh, that's not an item. That's a flower. It fooled me. Real good, actually. So let's get out of here, because I don't want to do the boss. This guy dropped me one. Yeah, they dropped gold pine resin. Not entirely sure why. Maybe gold pine resin is made of mushroom man spores or something. Maybe I can talk to the cat lady again. Will you let me or no?
Be gone.
Nope. Well, I made a mistake, but I didn't want to join her covenant anyway. It's PvP covenant. 2 people will appear here. A ninja and a guy in that Eastern armor that I was talking about, and he's a merchant. He sells you some rare weapons, but they are for exorbitant prices. And ultimately you have to betray the Forest Keeper Covenant anyway, because you have to kill the boss of this area, which is what they're trying to prevent happening. You have to kill him to continue with the game and beat it. So, I don't consider this to be worthwhile. You might want to join it to get the merchant. You might want to join it so you can betray early and fight the merchant and the ninja for the ninja's ring, which lets you do ninja flips when you're at light encumbrance. It lets you do like standing cartwheels. It's pretty cool. And then his weapons are pretty awesome too. It's one of the very few curved great swords, and he has like a big iron round shield that's awesome. So the only reason to join the Forest Keepers, in my opinion, is to betray them. That's not really cool. So I think I will end the part here and say I have to think about what area to do next. I guess we could do Lost Izalith and Demon Ruins. I could go back and complete Giant's Tomb, or we could go back to Anor Londo and complete Duke's Archives. But Duke's Archives is very long and involved. But I do want to get it done so I can kill Guinevere and show off the Dark Anor Londo. So a lot of choices, a lot of decisions I have to make. And now I can do grinding off camera if I need to get souls for whatever I need, because I can use those forest guardians as soul farming. So I will say thank you for watching Dark Souls, and I'll see you next time.